It was a crisp evening in the heart of New York City, and the streets were alive with their usual mix: commuters rushing, street performers entertaining, and the less fortunate searching for shelter or a kind soul willing to help. Among them sat Daniel, a man in his mid-40s, on the cold sidewalk with a worn-out cardboard sign that read, "Will work for food." His eyes, sunken and weary, told a story of struggle and perseverance. For weeks, he had been nothing more than a blur in the endless flow of people passing him by, ignored, unseen. But Daniel hadn't always been in this situation. Just 2 years earlier, he was a respected office manager, with a loving family by his side. Then, everything changed. When the company he worked for downsized, he was among the first to be let go. One missed mortgage payment quickly turned into 3, and before he knew it, his home was gone. The stress was too much for his wife to bear, and she left, taking their young daughter with her. Now, he found himself here, on the streets, holding on to memories of better days, praying for a miracle. Not too far away, a sleek Tesla rolled to a slow stop at a red light. Behind the wheel, none other than Elon Musk, the tech billionaire, famous for his bold ideas and relentless ambition. Elon's eyes drifted to the window, his gaze settling on Daniel. For a brief moment, their eyes met, and something about Daniel's expression struck a chord. Elon took in the sight, the crumpled sign, the worn-out bedroll nearby, the defeated posture of a man who had clearly endured hardships most couldn't even fathom. As the traffic light switched to green, Elon made a split-second decision. He veered into the next parking lot, stepped out of his car, and walked straight toward Daniel. Pedestrians started to take notice, whispering among themselves. What was someone like Elon Musk doing here? "Hey there," Elon said, crouching down to meet Daniel's eyes. "What's your story?" Daniel, startled but composed, looked up. "Lost my job, my house, and my family. All in just 2 years," he said. "I'm just trying to get back on my feet. But it feels like there's no place left for people like me." Elon listened intently, nodding thoughtfully. Then, he reached into his pocket and pulled out a crisp stack of bills, $10,000 in total. "Here," he said, handing it over. "Use this to start turning things around." Daniel's hands trembled as he took the money. His voice barely above a whisper, he asked, "Why me? You don't even know me." Elon gave a small smile. "Sometimes, all someone needs is a little push to get back on track." With that, he turned and walked away, leaving Daniel stunned, and the small crowd of onlookers buzzing with curiosity. For a long moment, Daniel just sat there, staring at the money in disbelief. A rush of emotions surged through him: shock, gratitude, and a deep sense of responsibility. That night, sleep never came. The usual city noise faded into the background as memories flooded his mind. His daughter, Emily. How she used to run into his arms every evening when he came home from work. "This has to be the turning point," he whispered to himself. "I have to make this count." By morning, something in him had shifted. As the sunlight peeked through the cracks of his makeshift shelter, it felt warmer, more hopeful. He spent hours reflecting, replaying Elon's words in his mind. Instead of wasting the money on temporary relief, he made a decision. He would invest it in something that truly mattered. "This is my chance," he thought. "I can't waste it." With newfound determination, he stepped into a small diner, one he used to visit back before everything changed. As Daniel stepped inside, the familiar scent of freshly brewed coffee and sizzling bacon instantly transported him back to better times. He approached the owner and said, "I want to rent your diner for a night. I want to host a dinner for the homeless community." The owner, moved by Daniel's determination, didn't hesitate. "I'll spread the word," he said. "Let's make this a night to remember." Word traveled fast, and in just a few hours, volunteers and donations started pouring in. The local bakery sent over fresh bread, a nearby grocery store donated vegetables, and a group of musicians even offered to perform for free. A florist stepped in, too, donating bouquets to brighten up the tables. It was as if the entire community had come together, united by Daniel's vision. That evening, the diner was completely transformed. Tables were set with care, decorated with flowers and glowing candles. The rich aroma of freshly prepared meals filled the air, while laughter and music created an atmosphere of warmth, hope, and unity. Dozens of homeless individuals arrived, not just for a meal but for the dignity, kindness, and sense of belonging Daniel's gesture had given them. Among them was Clara, a woman who hadn't had a warm meal in weeks. Tears welled up in her eyes as she said, "This is more than just food. This is hope." Another guest, a man named Jim, shared his story with Daniel. "I've been on the streets for 10 years, he admitted. "What you've done here, it's inspiring. Maybe it's time I try to turn things around too." As Daniel listened, serving plates with a humbled heart, he realized this night wasn't just about feeding people. It was about reminding them that they mattered, that they belonged. Meanwhile, something unexpected was happening. A volunteer had recorded a short clip of Daniel, smiling as he served food, and uploaded it to social media. The caption read, "From homeless to giving hope, a man inspired by Elon Musk's generosity." Within hours, the post started spreading, thousands of likes, shares, and then, among those who saw the post, was Elon Musk himself. Intrigued and deeply impressed, he made a decision. He had to see this for himself. The very next day, Elon arrived at the diner, eager to witness firsthand what Daniel had accomplished. Inside, Daniel was busy sweeping the floor, tidying up, restoring the diner to its usual state. His posture showed exhaustion, but also deep contentment. "Elon," a voice called out. Daniel looked up, eyes widening in surprise. "Mr. Musk, I didn't think I'd ever see you again," he said, gratitude in his voice. Elon stepped forward, extending a hand. "I saw what you did," he said. "It's incredible. Most people would have used that money for themselves, but you chose to help others." Daniel shrugged humbly. "Your generosity gave me the opportunity to do something bigger than myself. It was the least I could do." Elon smiled. "How would you like a job? I think we need someone like you. Someone who understands what it means to persevere." Tears welled up in Daniel's eyes as he grasped Elon's hand, voice trembling. "I'd be honored," he said. And just like that, the story spread like wildfire. It became a symbol of how one simple act of kindness could spark a chain reaction. News outlets picked it up, and soon, Daniel was a local hero, his journey inspiring countless others to pay it forward. A year later, Daniel had found his true calling. He was now working as a community outreach coordinator at one of Elon Musk's companies, helping develop programs to support those in need. In an interview, he reflected on everything that had happened. "It's not just about receiving kindness. It's about what you do with it. That's what defines who you are." When asked about the event later, Elon's response was simple yet powerful. Sometimes, it's not about changing the entire world at once. It's about changing one life, and letting that life inspire others to do the same. Thank you for watching this inspiring story. If this video moved you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs a little hope today. Subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories, because one small act of kindness can change lives. And remember, you have the power to make a difference too. See you in the next video.